Hey guys, it's your girl Kristen here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a licensed esthetician, a freelance makeup artist, an entrepreneur, a YouTuber, a mom. If this is your first time checking me out, welcome. I do everything from beauty to lifestyle, now entrepreneurship, especially if you are also a freelance makeup artist, an esthetician, or somebody who is just trying to boss up in life. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm gonna be creating content really specifically for you guys. It all started for me, creating my beauty room from scratch series. This room right here was just a blank office space just about a month ago. Actually, I have a couple of clients today coming in later in the afternoon. So I wanted to film this video for you guys. I was looking at the comments that I've received. Sorry if I haven't replied just yet, but I will. Questions I've been being asked since I made my beauty room from scratch series. And my last video that I kind of did that addressed being self-employed and what you need to know before you open a salon suite. I'll make sure I link that down below if you haven't seen that yet. But this is kind of gonna piggyback off of that video because I feel like I got a lot of feedback off that video and a lot of you guys want to know more about the business side of things, about how I'm running my studio on my own, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more of a background on how I found this place. And then we're going to talk about the truth about being self-employed and how to get yourself in the right mindset, because I really truly believe it starts everything starts up here in your thoughts. So we're going to do a little bit of brain exercises today, and we're going to talk about what I do, personally to get my mindset correct. And then also what's next? What happens after you decide to make this decision and open up a space? Let me know if you have a specific question that comes to mind immediately, and I can make sure to address that in a future video. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, then make sure you continue watching. Hey guys, it's Editing Kristen here. I have my laptop here, I'm editing my video. And we got little baby Devin here as well to check in with you guys. I'm gonna be checking into this video periodically just to make sure we still have your attention. And while we're at it, tell him, Devin, make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe to my mama's channel. Yeah, so make sure you guys keep paying attention. This video has a lot of really good information, especially if you're somebody who's trying to be self-employed. Someone wet. Stinky. All right, guys, I gotta go change his diaper. So yeah, make sure you continue watching. First thing I want to talk to you about is, say you watched my last video about being self-employed, about opening up your own salon suite, and you decided, hey, okay, I'm ready, or maybe you already are looking into it. If you're already taking those steps, then this definitely is going to be important for you to know. You need to get your mindset in the right place. You need to not only work hard physically, but if you don't have a strong why, is what I like to call it, or a reason why you're doing this, what's going to keep you motivated even during times that it's going to be really difficult, or you might come to an obstacle in your journey. And this why, or this reason, is going to make all of those other things not matter, because at the end of the day, if your why is really strong, the how is easy. I think with any type of career that you're doing, if you want to be successful, if you want to make 6 figures or 7 figures even, you have to have the right mindset and you have to attract what you want in your life. I wanted to talk to you about what I personally have been doing to get my mindset in that place, because you know what, if I'm being real with you guys, I hit a huge obstacle back in at the end of 2018 when I found out that I was pregnant. I'm not saying that has been a curse or a bad thing, but it was a setback. It was, I've been real with you guys. I'm a single parent. I'm doing this on my own, and it's made me such a stronger person. It's made me so much more motivated. It's made me focused. So like I said, I can't even say that it was necessarily an obstacle, because it really elevated me to that next level. But that's only because I decided to look at that challenge as an opportunity to grow and to get better and to reevaluate and to get refocused. I've always had a good work ethic, but for some reason at this point in time, it just feels like it's so much different. I can't even explain to you what I feel like it is, but I think it's because I've just really gotten my mindset to that place that it needs to be. And I was able to overcome, this really low place that I was in just about a year ago. It's crazy because my son's about to be 1 year old next week, and yeah, I was in a really low place. I felt super lonely. I felt unmotivated. I had to pick up my whole life and move it over, across the state. and start over. You know, I had a really good clientele going in Southern California. I was thriving. I was, you know, really hustling. But I was still very distracted, not gonna lie. I was partying. I was just hanging out with people who just don't really have a ton of goals in their life. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I love those people and I will always never judge anybody. But, you know, I wasn't really around people that I feel like were really pushing me. And, you know, I was in a really toxic, you know, relationship, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to get too much into that, but, you know, I was not in a place that I feel like I would have been ready to do what I'm doing now. Whatever obstacle it might be for you that you're going through or have gone through, you know, acknowledge it, but don't let it take over your future. Especially during this time with COVID happening, this pandemic happening, we're all stuck inside, and, you know, we're facing these obstacles with our businesses, especially because we're in the service industry and we work on faces. You know, we touch people, we're really close with them, we're very intimate, you know, we become best friends with our clients. And so it's been really challenging for our industry, and you know, we're all in this together, like I've been saying in my other videos. And, you know, I'm making these videos to help encourage you during this time, because it really is a huge challenge for our industry right now. And so what I've been kind of doing during this time, before I even, you know, opened up this space, was I opened up my goals list, and I hadn't looked at my goals since 2017. And I went and I looked at, you know, what I had actually typed down. It's crazy because a lot can change just in a year's time. And, you know, I went and I reevaluated where I was, and I'm going to show you how to do that for yourself. Yeah, during this time, during this pandemic, if you find yourself, you know, you're not working right now, or you're trying to figure out your next steps, I think this is a great time to just get in tune with yourself and reevaluate your goals, and just feed your mind with positivity and good fuel for yourself. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I did that. So,
well, hi there. What was that, Devin? You said, make sure you continue watching this video and you hit that like button? Yeah, and Bear says that too? Yeah. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, this part's extra important? Okay. They'll make sure they continue watching. Yeah, oh, thank you. Thank you for helping me. Alright guys, make sure you watch this part. It's very important. Get out a pen and paper if you haven't already. I'm going to give you some pointers to think about when it comes to goal setting. And I learned this, you know, a few years ago through a mentor of mine. I have my phone right here as usual, looking at notes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 categories that I put my goals into. I put personal, which is just, you know, your own, like, aside from work, what are your personal goals? If you have things going on in your life, like your relationships or your family or things like that you want to work on, that would be under personal. Professional goals, obviously, you know, with what you're doing with your career, where do you see yourself? I broke down my goals into 3 months, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years. That you really want to be very specific about where you see yourself in just a short period of time and a long period of time. But make sure you break those down into those categories. So professionally, where do you want to see yourself in 3 months? And be very, very specific. All of these things. List out numbers, list out, you know, statistics for yourself. You know, like for me, for example, I put on my goals list, I wanted to hit 100 subscribers by September, and look what happened. Financial is the next one. Again, another one you want to be very, very specific about. How much money do you want to be making? How many people does that take to achieve that? How many clients do you need to be having on a daily basis to achieve that monthly or yearly goal for yourself? Do you have debt that you want to work on, that you want to pay off? How are you going to do that? Break that into, you know, a specific plan. And if you need somebody to help you through that, I actually have a good friend of mine who is a financial planner, and she helped me get my life insurance together. She helped me put together a plan to pay off debt. And she's really awesome. Her name is Marianne. And so if you want somebody to, and she does virtual consultations and all that. So if you want somebody who is going to help you out with that, you know, contact me and I can hook you up with her, and so that you can create a plan for yourself and get yourself in the right direction financially. The next goal category would be physical. So, you know, we always want to incorporate that into our goals. You hold yourself confidently, if you speak confidently, if you feel good, it just makes such a huge difference. Actually, speaking of that, I have my juice right here that I've been drinking. I've been drinking juices now for a good 3 weeks, and I just feel incredible. I feel awesome. And so make your physical goals really specific too. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to just feel better in a certain outfit, if you're just trying to feel more energized, you know, just write those goals down. I also have some great tools and resources for you if you want to work on your physical goals. I know a lot of personal trainers. I know a lot of people who are working in nutrition. So hit me up if you're interested for that. And then your last category is going to be social. Just I want to categorize social as like your Instagram, your YouTube, any social media platforms you're using. Also just your personal life with like who you're interacting with. And maybe you want to set a goal for yourself to create like a group that gets together on a weekly basis and sets goals for yourselves and keeps you accountable. That I feel like would be part of social goals. Yeah, make sure you take the time to really think about these goals and be very specific with it. I also encourage you to make a dream board. You know, I made a dream board on Pinterest, and I feel like that's really convenient because I kept telling myself, oh, I want to make a dream board, and I'd have to cut out all these pictures and take the time to glue them and put them on a poster, and then I gotta hang the poster somewhere. And it is good to see it visually every day, but you know, we're a digital age now, so I feel like Pinterest is a great place to do that. You can just create a board and label it dream board and put it in different categories. So I have, you know, travel under there. I have my future home under there. I had my beauty studio Pinterest ideas in there. And you know, if you have a visual representation of what you want to do, then it's just so much easier to visualize yourself doing those things, and it keeps you motivated. And so I highly encourage you to create a dream board of what exactly you hope your beauty studio is going to look like, what you hope maybe your future salon is going to look like, what your future home might look like. I actually got to this point just this past week. I was feeling really overwhelmed, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have no time for cleaning my house. I have no time to keep my car in check. My son, I feel like, is feeling probably neglected. I'm not making any time to do anything fun for myself. And so I went back and I looked at my goals. I was like, okay, what am I doing right now? What is the priority? What needs to get done immediately versus what can be put off for a little bit? And I was working on my beauty product and candle business for a period of time, and that was because like I couldn't work, and so I needed a way to make money, and so I started making these candles, and I still plan on doing that in the future, but I had to be like, hey, you know what, that's not a priority this second. I opened up this space is the priority, bringing in a clientele is the priority. And so having that list of goals really helped me to evaluate what I was doing currently. And when I started feeling overwhelmed, I was like, okay, you know, I want to do those things. It's still going to be on my goals list, but it's not an absolute priority right now. And so it just helps you really back in and focus on the things that are important in that moment, in that day, in that week. I'm very organized. I have a list of things to do on a weekly basis. I break it down daily on what I need to do, and I reevaluate it every Sunday of the week. That's how I kind of keep myself focused and organized mentally and getting myself in the right mindset. And speaking of that,
well, hi there. You playing? Oh, is that a book right there? Does Mama read books too? Yeah, she's gonna talk about what book she's reading next. Why is it important to read? Because, oh, it feeds your mind? Yeah, make sure they keep watching so they know what books to read. Okay, what else? Hit the like button. Why? Because you're so cute? Yeah, so hit the like button and keep watching.
Of that, the next thing is to make sure you're feeding your mind positive things and fruitful messages. And so part of that is reading. I really try to make the time to read daily, even if it's just a couple pages. If you guys love audios, that would be a great way to squeeze it into your daily routine too. You know, maybe while you're driving to work or, you know, doing something, you can just pop your earphones into your ear and listen to some personal development. And so actually I have one of my books right here that I feel like changed the game. Oh my goodness, this book, You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. You guys, I picked this up, you know, I've had it actually for a while. I had a friend of mine who gave it to me, and I put it off. I finally picked it up and read it, and this book is the reason why I opened up this space. This is definitely a must read for you if you are going to be self-employed, if you're trying to open up a salon suite. You're going to be dealing with a lot of obstacles, and so yeah, this book just, it's awesome. I swear to God, it'll change your life. This video is starting to get a little lengthy, and I feel like all of this stuff is so important. You might be thinking like, Kristen, I really wanted to know about your, you know, how you're managing your business and doing this, that. I promise you that is coming. I promise you. But I really, really, truly believe in order to accomplish all of those things, your mind has to be in the right place. You have to have goals set. You have to be reading and feeding your soul with things that are going to help you grow and help you get. This big boy's going to be 1 next week. You're going to be 1. Yay. Hit the like button because he's gonna be 1 year old and he's so cute. Yeah. What else? Make sure you continue watching. Alright, they're gonna do that. See ya! So the next thing is I wanted to talk to you about how I found this space, where I found it. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a lash artist, and I was asking her, hey, you know, how much do you pay for your space? Where are you renting? And she lives in Southern California. And she's like, oh, I'm just renting out of an office space. And I was like, oh, okay, because I had been looking at Craigslist for, you know, I would type in esthetician room or esthetician or whatever, and, you know, I was looking at sharing a space in a salon or a solo salon, things like that were popping up, and I was like, well, you know what, I feel like with everything being so on and off with being open and then shutting down and this and that, I wanted to actually be in my own space. And she said, you know, office spaces are really chill, they're not going to give you too much problems. You can, you know, if you have a space that can be really flexible, you know, that's a plus. So that's when I started looking into office spaces. Obviously, when it comes to picking an office space, you want to make sure it's in a good location. You want to make sure that, you know, your fellow neighbors aren't going to be an issue, if it's going to be noisy, or, you know what I mean? Just make sure it's the right place, because there were a lot of office spaces that I saw that were like tucked away in a huge building, or it was like in the middle of some random neighborhood, or, you know, you want to make sure that it's a good spot for you. It's just such a great way to attract clientele and be like, hey, you know what, it's only going to be me and you in this space. It's not a busy, you know, salon. It's not in a busy building, you know, it's just me and you can kind of do what you want with it. And so I found that very appealing to when I was looking for spaces. And so I got really, really fortunate. It must have been, I mean, because I had been very clear about what I wanted and how much I wanted to spend and all that and what I needed. And so I found this place. Like, as soon as I started looking, I found it and I contacted them immediately. It was like at 2 in the morning. I was on my phone looking at spaces, and I contacted the lady. I immediately made an appointment to come check it out, and I was like, yo, this is where I need to be. And she's like, it's so funny, we've never had an esthetician in here, but we've had maybe 4 or 5 contact us in the last week, and you're the first person that contacted us. And I was like, whoa, I need to lock this baby in now because I feel like everybody is having the same ideas right now to be self-employed and to opening up your own space. I got very fortunate, and it's because I truly believe that I had a clear vision. I had a clear list of what I wanted, what I needed. This place was super flexible. They can do month to month with me, or I can do whatever term I want up to a year. The deposit was really cheap. The rent itself really isn't too bad. Yeah, and so it just fell into place. So I highly encourage you guys to be very specific with what kind of place you want. You know, pin that dream board of what decorations you want and make it very, very clear. Say maybe you can't find a place on Craigslist. Contact, you know, a friend of yours that's in the area who's also, if they're also an esthetician or a makeup artist or somebody, or even just anybody, just put the word out there and say, hey, you know, I'm looking for an office space, or I'm looking for a room to rent. Let me know. Just put it out there, especially if if you're not finding anything on Craigslist right now. Frick, my phone died. Hold on. Alright, y'all, we are wrapping up this video. Hang on just a couple more minutes. I was going to include in this video topics about budgeting and about taking out a loan and permits and licensing. I'll make sure I include that in my next talking video because this video is just getting way too long and I'm getting bored of hearing myself. I promise you that information will come to you in the next one. But yeah, and I wanted to end off with, if you decide that you want to be self-employed and you want to how to open up a salon suite, you need to be ready to be your own boss. You're not going to have anybody over your shoulder, saying, hey, do this, clean up this, make sure this is in order. You are 100% in charge of all of that. So make sure you take it seriously. And honestly, the last couple months, I've been just non-stop. I've been waking up at 7 a.m. and going to sleep at 2, sometimes 3 in the morning. It's gonna be a lot of work, so I hope you're ready, and I hope this video was helpful for you. Comment down below if you have any other specific questions for me to address. If you're interested in anything that I mentioned in this video, I'll make sure that I'll be putting that information down below for you guys. So take the time right now, if you know another esthetician or a freelancer that would benefit from this, please share my video with them. Please tell them to subscribe to me because I'm just going to continue to make content like this for you guys. And of course, like this video. Again, pick up this book. It's going to change your life. And of course, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.